fight on. It's time for Versus.
Versus, I hope you're ready for a fight, Mr. Sean, because today we're looking at the novel versus the film. Novel and film. So I'm going to kick this off with the 1990 novel by Michael Crichton, of course, Jurassic Park. So it's a science fiction thriller that explores the consequences of genetic engineering and corporate ambition. A group of experts are invited to evaluate a dinosaur theme park created through cloning technology. But the park's, of course, complex systems begin to fail, leading to catastrophic consequences. So the novel places strong emphasis on chaos theory, scientific detail, and ethical responsibility, presenting the dinosaurs as unpredictable animals and the park as an inherently flawed concept driven by human overconfidence, which that's explored in the movie as well.
It is, and the film, we've talked about it a bunch already, but 1993, directed by Steven Spielberg, it follows a group of scientists and visitors invited to preview a revolutionary dinosaur theme park built using genetic engineering. When the park's security systems fail, or they're sabotaged, the dinosaurs escape containment, forcing the group to survive against dangerous prehistoric creatures. The film balances suspense and spectacle. Hell yeah, it does. Using groundbreaking visual effects to bring dinosaurs to life. Hell yeah, it does. While focusing more on character experience and cinematic moments than the detailed scientific and ethical themes of the novel. So it's different.
It's different. It is slightly different. So
different but same.
Different but same. So we're going to go through some of those different but sames. So we'll start with tone, right? So in the novel, was a little bit darker, definitely more violent and more cynical. Definitely more cynical. There was a strong focus on scientific ethics and corporate failure, and presents the park as fundamentally doomed from the outset. So that was really important concepts in the book, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it starts off pretty grim and Malcolm the whole time through the book basically says this is always going to be a failure, but he still turns up, which I say is my toxic trait, because I'd turn up even if it was a real thing and I knew it was going to fail. I'd still be there. But the film is more accessible. It's adventure driven.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It balances tension with wonder and spectacle. There's a lot of spectacle in the film, and that's why, especially for younger viewers, that's what
captures people.
Blows your mind.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The spectacle of the movie.
Alongside danger.
Yeah.
So it's exciting and dangerous, but you're still so awe-inspired or it's fantastical. You know, the dinosaurs.
It just didn't capture that tone like the novel did, right? So that's what we're saying. Also, so that sort of leads us into the characters where there's some difference there. So in the novel, John Hammond, portrayed as a greedy, profit-driven businessman. He was far less sympathetic and more directly responsible for the park's failure, as in the film.
I agree.
Yeah,
and he was like the evil Walt Disney.
He was,
and that's kind of how he's portrayed throughout the book. But in the film, he's presented as a visionary and a dreamer, like an idealistic kind of guy. He's sympathetic and he's a grandfather, literally, in the film. Like he's in the book too. But the way he's talking to the kids, and it's like he's excited, and there's the awe and wonder is part of him. He's motivated by ambition rather than just the profit side of it. He spared no expense.
He spared no expense. It's very important, isn't it?
It is.
Very excellent. So that leads us to our next character, which was Ian Malcolm. In the novel, he dies from injuries, which was later reconnected in the Lost World novel.
Yeah, brought him back.
Brought him back somehow. Primarily serves as a vehicle for chaos theory and philosophical discussions.
I think Malcolm's character in the novel is far more central than it is in the film.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
In the film, he survives. In fact, he's the main character of The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and he's somewhat the main character of Michael Crichton's follow-up novel, The Lost World. So there is that. He retains the chaos theory rule, but it's more about jokes, charisma. Yeah. Like he's funny
about it.
He's less
scientific, isn't
Which way will the drop of water go? Like he's and it's all just like, Alan Grant jumps out of the Explorer and he says, what does he say? He says, who would have guessed that Dr. Grant would just suddenly jump out of a moving vehicle? That's chaos theory. And he expands into a recurring character throughout the franchise. I think he's in the most.
I didn't think so.
Or the same. He's in 3 films. No, he's in more than 3. He's in 4. In 4 films. Great character, though.
Great character, yeah. They hit the nail on the head there with the casting, I think. But
Jeff Goldblum, so good.
He killed it, right? And then you think about that, just on that, you couldn't imagine anybody else being Dr. Ian Malcolm, right? It wouldn't be the same.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it wouldn't
I
be
think
the same. He made it his own.
I mean, there's a reason why the film's so great, and I think a part of it, this might be an unpopular opinion, Wibbles, but is that they cast, I won't call them unknowns, because they were all very well-known actors, very respected
no
actors.
big names, like there wasn't that standout.
Well, they were going to have Harrison Ford as Alan Grant. And as much as I love Harrison Ford, and I'm a Star Wars nut, Sam Neill's better.
Yeah, he is.
He's a better Alan Grant.
Yeah, he is.
He's a believable paleontologist.
Yep, absolutely.
We'll get to Sam Neill a little bit later on, kids.
We'll touch on that. Let's jump to the children, Tim and Lexi. So in the novel, Tim is older and highly knowledgeable about dinosaurs, which he is in the film.
Yep.
And Lexi's younger and less capable. She's annoying, extremely annoying in the book. I hated her in the book.
Recently read the book and you complained to me about how irritated you were.
So, I wanted her to be killed off.
I've said this before, Chris, in other shows, that it takes a lot to piss you off, but that pissed you off.
I hated it.
And it's a fictional character written by some bloke.
Did not like it.
In the film, the roles are adjusted. They're flipped, basically. So Tim's younger and Lex is older. And Lex is the computer nerd and Tim's a dino nerd, basically. Lex becomes more of a problem solver and far less annoying. Ariana Richards is far less annoying than her novel counterpart, that's for sure. And Tim is portrayed as less experienced and he kind of ends up in these dangerous situations. And Joseph Mazzello did a great job as a child in that role. Joseph Mazzello, shout out to Joseph Mazzello, great actor, very funny, very smart, and thumbs up.
Well done.
Thumbs up to Joseph Mazzello, just as an adult too. In the Queen documentary, he's great. The Queen film. He's great.
Jumping into dinosaur behaviour. So in the novel, the dinosaurs behaved more like unpredictable wild animals, which you would expect. The raptors are highly aggressive and escape containment more extensively, and strong implication that dinosaurs may reach the mainland. So that was the big sort of drivers in the novel. Yeah,
that's a big part of the film.
Yeah.
There's like a secondary storyline about a boat and a raptor on the boat. And Lex sees I think it's Lex who sees the raptor on the boat, and it becomes a bit of a like, oh shit, we've got to get this sorted out. Which fair enough too. You can't have dinosaurs running around on the boat. Well, Fallen Kingdom did it.
They did a lot of great things.
Oh, we got upset with that.
Yeah.
In the film, the dinosaurs are still dangerous, but they're more contained within a park setting. So even though they escape, ultimately they're still on the island.
There's not the threat of it.
Escaping.
Yeah.
The boats have already left. Yeah. There's nothing left because Nedry misses the boat.
He does.
By getting eaten. Behavior is streamlined for narrative clarity, so that the dinosaurs act the way they need to for the narrative, which is, I think, clever. David Koepp, who wrote the screenplay, did a great job of, I think, making the dinosaurs fit the story and not really. It wasn't just about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Which is important because the human characters have to mean something, or it's a pointless waste of time. Otherwise, you're just cheering for dinosaurs. You're like, eat them all, just eat everybody. And whilst you get a bit of that, it's not the whole thing. It's not the focus. And the focus really was on the set pieces.
Yeah,
so the Brachiosaurus, the T-Rex breakout, the raptors in the kitchen.
It was the lead up to those set pieces, right? That's what it was. It was the lead up to those parts, right?
Agreed.
That you sort of, the first time you see it, because you don't know what's going to happen, and you know something's coming, but it's that lead up, right? And it's what dinosaurs come. You know what I mean? Like that's that anticipation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was absolute anticipation. Scientific details. So in the novel, there was extensive explanations on genetics, system failures, and chaos theory. Dove quite heavily into those parts in the novel. There was a heavy emphasis on the technical aspects as well of cloning and control system. So I think in some of those chapters it was quite heavy on those parts, right? In
Which
the novel,
I think's a good thing.
It was, yeah.
It's the first adult novel I read as a child. So I read it when I was about 10. And I've read it
heavy
about
reading for
it's heavy reading, but you feel, as a kid reading it, you feel like I'm the smartest kid around.
Yeah.
Because it's technical. The science is a bit shady as you get older and you read multiple readings. You're like, oh,
hang on a
Mickey Crichton, he's a bit off here.
That's all right.
But that's good. That's what you want. It's a fiction. It's a fiction.
Yeah.
And it's one of those fictions where you suspend your disbelief, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, well, fuck, maybe you could. Obviously you can't, but maybe you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a good job of making it.
The film simplified it though. A mosquito lands on a dinosaur and lands in a tree and gets stuck in the sap, and you take the dinosaur blood out of it.
Which was necessary, right?
Yeah.
It would have been too bogged down otherwise.
It had to be visual storytelling, which I think is important.
Way better.
And that's why Mr. DNA is a cool character, and it's fun. It's lots of fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Key scenes and differences.
There's a few of those.
There was. So in the novel, includes sequences not seen in the film, such as the river raft T-Rex attack.
Later used in Rebirth.
Later use, yep. More extensive raptor encounters. Yep, there was a few of those, and a more detailed breakdown of park systems failing. So again, I think the way they handled it in the movie was fine.
I think if you started talking about let's rerun the scan. Yeah. Oh wait, there's 2 more compies than there was before. Like that's boring. No one cares. The river raft scene being in Rebirth is great, but it's something I do feel like they missed out on. But they did plan to put it in the first film, but it just didn't happen. It wasn't part of the narrative. But in the film, the T-Rex breakout is quite different because there's different characters. Ed Regis doesn't exist in the. I mean, it's kind of Gennaro, but changes. And then the Brachiosaurus reveal. That's different. I mean, I think it's a Brontosaurus and a Patasaurus, and similar but not the same. Raptors in the kitchen. That's kind of like when Alan Grant in the novel, he's in a lab and he injects the eggs with the I think it's poison, and then he rolls the eggs to them. It's kind of got that feel, but it's different. And the ending is the next part, and there's some pretty big differences there between the two Wibbles, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the novel was definitely more conclusive and bleak.
Fuck yeah.
The island is heavily controlled and survivors are detained, and suggests that there's an ongoing global risk.
Raptors got off the island.
Raptors escaped,
and they had you know, the whole nests underground and all that stuff.
Massive cover up. Just to,
Yeah, well, they end up, the army comes and destroys the island. Like, we don't know really what happens in the film. It's kind of just whatever. It's more open and optimistic. Survivors escape. They get on the helicopter and they leave, and everyone's like, oh, happy.
Everyone's happy, hugging.
And then there's room for continuation. And obviously, you do that in a movie because you want to have possibilities of sequels. But I don't feel they capitalised. I mean, Lost World's a good film, but it's like they didn't really focus on, well, what happened to the characters from the first film once they left, other than Malcolm. He's the only recurring character. Oh, Tim and Lex appear as a cameo, and Hammond appears briefly. But very different ending. I think the ending of the novel is wildly different.
Which did you prefer, the novel or the film ending? Just purely as a standalone.
Oh, that's tough. It is a fight, isn't it?
It is a fight.
I lean towards the film.
You lean towards the film?
I lean towards the film.
Okay, well, I'll go the other way. Let's just look at the overall focus here. So the novel focused on science, ethics, and consequences, where the film was more on experience, spectacle, and storytelling, which it did a great job of, right? Fantastic.
Both are great.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard.
So what do you think? Do you think we should, we're going to cast our verdicts here?
I don't think you and I are going to agree.
Neither do I.
And that's not a bad thing.
No.
Because I feel like the source material is brilliant, and it can't be overlooked. And the film that follows, I mean, Steven Spielberg bought the rights to the book from Crichton before he finished it. He knew that it was going to be an absolute cracker. He'd already established, shit, I'm going to make my King Kong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which, mate, hats off. And at a time when that looked impossible, how was he going to do it? Stop motion was the plan. We talked about it in Facts First. I'm going to say this can't be... You can't get a winner.
So you're sticking with the film? Definitely.
I'm going film.
And I'm going to stick with the book. I like the original source material. So I think you're right. Maybe this is a draw, right? I think
it's a draw. I don't think we get a victor in versus. We get a draw. You know what?
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that too. I think that's what we can take away, is that whilst the novel has its ups and downs and it's great in its own right, so is the film. People mostly know the film, but if you've not read this book,
read the book,
and you're watching us because it means you have an interest in Jurassic Park, or you're a super nerd, read that book. It is incredible. That's it.
Officially a draw.
It's a draw.
Yep.
We can't split them.
Yep. What's next, Sean?
Don't know.
Mick will sort it out.
Hey, go on. Go chase the flare. Good girl. Nailed it.